Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including Comcast is raising its price on phone, internet, and television once again. Hulu has been merged into Disney Plus in a beta. We'll tell you what's happening here, but these two apps are now combining into one. For some of the content, we'll tell you what you need to know. And T-Mobile has successfully tested a 4 gigabit service for wireless offering that could be used in crowded areas like stadiums and could be used for home internet. We'll tell you about these stories and a whole lot more, including answering your questions at the end of this video in a second. First though, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you could read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us expand, hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of television, but still watch the shows you enjoy. All right, let's dive into this. Starting off with Comcast is raising the price of its TV, internet, and phone starting next week. Now, pricing varies slightly by market, by area. We got some pricing out of Chicago for this, so keep this in mind. Typically, when one price market increases, all the markets will increase, but things like broadcast television fees and regional sports fees will vary. But the cost of TV will go up about $6 per package, with a $4 price hike for broadcast TV fees there. Regional sports fees are also going up about $1 in the Chicago area. Again, those two fees will vary. Bundles of premium channels will go up between $2 and $4 a month, depending on what package you pick. You also see internet prices go up about $4 for all the packages out there a month, and phone customers will also see about a $5 price hike. Add this all together, and it works out to be about $20 a month for all the fees here, not counting the premium package price hikes, which could drive that up even higher. Again, cost of content is going up. It's the same thing that DirecTV said. We're still waiting for an official comment from Comcast when we record this, but the cost of content is going up steadily and slowly. And that doesn't surprise me that they're raising it. Comcast is kind of stuck in a little bit of a middle ground here, right? They're losing subscribers. They're losing both for TV and internet, and they're losing to new companies like 5G home internet. Now they got networks. They're saying, hey, you're paying us less, so we want you to pay us more per customer so we can get the same amount of money. Comcast needs to pass that cost along. Comcast is stuck between customers who want to pay less, content owners who are refusing to accept less, and they're in the middle here. So them, like DirecTV, who raised their price twice in 2023, are having to raise their price to accommodate the fact that they need to pay more to content owners. We'll see how this all plays out, but I am very interested to see what others will do. Will Dish raise their prices soon? Well, what's Spectrum? They did it earlier this summer. They'll probably not do it until next summer. We'll see, maybe sooner. But there's a lot of pressure on cable companies to pay content owners more to make up for lost revenue, which will probably speed up the death of cable TV there. We'll see what happens. But if you're a Comcast customer, get ready to pay for more with this. My one question is, will this drive cord cutting 2.0 even faster? Will more people ditch Comcast internet for cheaper 5G options? We'll see. We will have to wait and see what happens. All right, Disney is merging Hulu into Disney Plus. Now, at the time of this recording, it's only happening on streaming players like Fire TVs, Roku's, Apple TVs, and more. The mobile apps for iOS and Android are not seeing this update, but inside the Disney Plus app at this time, next to where you see like the Star Wars section, the National Geographic section, you're now seeing a Hulu section. It's currently in beta. They expect that beta to run until March, when there'll be a full launch of the Hulu inside Disney Plus. If you're a subscriber to both Disney Plus and Hulu, now you can watch all your on-demand content through Disney Plus. One big catch here, Hulu Plus Live TV is still exclusively through the Hulu app. That has not been moved over, and we've been told it won't be moving into Disney Plus. It will remain a separate app. For now, though, the Hulu app remains unchanged. You can still watch all your content there. But good news, you don't have to jump between apps if you wanted to watch content from different ones. Also allows you to browse all the content in one spot. A little weird though, that some content like Handmaid's Tales may be streaming through Disney Plus very soon. You still need to be a Hulu subscriber. They remain a separate subscription service for each. You have to pay for Disney Plus to get Disney Plus content. You have to pay for Hulu to get Hulu content. It's been reported by the Wall Street Journal, though, that come March, when the full launch happens, there'll be a new discounted bundle of the two services. They already have a bundle. We'll see what this new bundle is, but Disney reportedly is very excited about it and how it can drive subscribers. We'll see what happens. T-Mobile has announced that they have successfully tested a 4.3 gigabit per second wireless internet from millimeter wave 5G. This new 5G standard can handle a lot more congested content or wireless traffic a lot faster. T-Mobile says this new millimeter wave 5G, they're calling it, will be able to work very well inside like crowded stadiums, airports, and other similar crowded spaces to make sure you're able to get internet access. I know when I go to Michigan football games, once the game starts, the networks just crash. You put 100,000 people in one stadium, it just can't handle it. They also say that this could potentially be used for 5G home internet in limited areas. I'm thinking maybe like major cities, we'll see. But the one downside to this standard is it does not travel very far through objects. So you're not going to be able to plow through entire forests. Now, there are other 5G standards that do that much better than this. Now, this standard is going to be very good for, like I said, stadiums, very crowded areas, to make sure you're able to connect when you're watching a major sporting event, busy airport, county fair, wherever it may be. On the flip side, it also will work very good for stationary objects like fixed 5G home internet. So good news there, 4.3 gigahertz of speed, or gigahertz, or gigs of speed, not gigahertz, I apologize. But very interesting to see this. I love this technology. We're continuing to develop, to continue to advance. Wireless internet is getting faster and faster. All right, we just talked about Comcast raising their prices. Get ready for other people to raise their prices. We had done a story earlier before the Comcast news broke that Comcast, cable TV companies are expecting to raise their prices. One of the big reasons that's driving the cost of cable subscriptions up is a weak ad market. TV stations, locals, nationals get their money a few different ways, primarily through your subscription. So they call it retransmission fees. When you subscribe to YouTube TV or Comcast or Spectrum, a portion of that goes to the cable networks. Depending on how big the network is, depends on how big of a piece they get. The other part is advertising. Well, advertising has been very soft, trust me, I know. And to make up for that soft ad market, a lot of station owners are pushing places like Comcast to pay them more. This is resulting in pay raises. So expect to see pay raises coming very soon for multiple cable TV and satellite companies and even streaming services as they face a pressure from the content owners to pay more, because content owners want the same amount of money even if fewer people are paying in. All right, DirecTV's blackout for Tinga, however you say it, somebody said I was saying it wrong, I apologize, is now in 1 week. Later today from when I post this, it'll be 1 week since that blackout happened. And how long will this blackout last? For now, it doesn't seem to be anywhere close to being resolved. I do have a full breakdown down in the show notes if you want to read our full comments on it, but I will say this. This blackout, like the Nexstar blackout, could drag on for weeks or longer. A deal could be reached at any time, but from talking to the two companies, it does feel like they're very far apart. We'll see what happens. All right, T-Mobile CEO has hinted that price increases may be coming for 5G home internet. Starts at about $30 with a supported wireless plan also from T-Mobile. Standard rate, if you're not on one of their select plans, is $50 a month. Sounds like they may inch that a little higher. They're considered doing that according to an interview from their CEO. This comes after Verizon raised the price about $5 or $10 a month. They now start at $35 a month for their internet with an applicable wireless plan that you also subscribe to. All right, Spectrum is expecting to lose internet customers as 5G competes and cord cutting 2.0 continues to grow. Spectrum's CFO this week was at a major conference and announced that they expect for the first time in I don't know how long, maybe ever, to lose internet customers. Now, Comcast has already been losing internet customers the last few quarters. Spectrum's been one of the few cable TV companies to add cable internet customers. Now they say they expect in the fourth quarter of 2023 to lose customers. This comes as there's new competition, more so than ever before. I think that's really eating into them. You know, for years and years, cable executives said, we'll just make it up on the internet. Well, now we're seeing cord cutting 2.0 happen. Much like cord cutting 1.0, it starts slow. they see a slight drop in subscribers and they say things like, oh, well, we made more money because we pushed people on more expensive plans. But then it just kind of ticks up a little faster, a little faster, a little faster, and more people cancel. And I think that's what's going to happen to Spectrum here. As we hear like T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon investing in improving their 5G home internet, you get things like Starlink and Amazon Home Internet coming. You got fiber competing with them also. All this put together is giving people options they've never had before, and that's driving people to cancel. I don't expect that to end anytime soon. All right, last story of the day before we get into your questions. Nexstar has announced that they hope to be break even. Let's not talk about profitable, but break even on the CW by the end of 2025. Now, this is interesting. From my understanding, the CW has actually never made a profit. So the fact that they're even talking about breaking even is impressive. Now, we'll see if that happens. A lot could change between now and the end of 2025. But for right now, Nexstar stands by their goal of becoming break-even by 2025. Does it surprise you that Nexstar has never made a profit? That's my question of the day. Or Nexstar. Nexstar has made a profit. Does it surprise you that the CW, which is now owned by Nexstar, has never made a profit? Leave me a comment and let me know. All right, question of the day. This one came in. If you have a question for me, it came into the comments. You leave me a comment down below in this video. Start off with something like a question for Luke. If I didn't answer your question, re-ask it. I may start trying to do two because we've been getting a lot of questions recently. So re-ask your question down in the comments. Start off with a question for Luke. What will the impact of Amazon's new home internet service have on Starlink prices? Well, that's a good question. Now, Amazon is launching a very similar service to SpaceX Starlink. Low Earth orbit satellites offering high-speed internet. Now, some people are saying, well, I got fiber and cable. Well, a lot of people don't, and that's what this is targeting. Well, currently it's like 500 some bucks to get the package. It's about $100 a month to use Starlink. There are some slightly cheaper areas, some slightly more expensive areas. But let's just average that out. Now, Amazon very well and has reportedly said they intend to try to be very competitive or maybe slightly cheaper than Starlink. And that very well could cause Starlink to bring pricing down. Studies have shown that when there's competition, pricing comes down. And that's why I'm excited that Amazon's doing it. Even if you don't want to use Amazon, you should be excited that they're competing. Otherwise, Starlink will have a monopoly and could do anything they want. You and I in major cities could be fine, but people in rural areas would struggle. Now this is great news here. Plus, it's internet around the world. Wherever you're going to be, you'll be able to get internet through these services. I find that highly interesting, as long as you have a line of sight to the sky. Well, that's it for today. I hope you learned something new. If you did, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. We'll be back again with another video real soon.